Hey guys, this is February the 20th, 2022, and I'm in my woods. Look at that big hole right there. It's a tree. I want to talk to you guys today about the battle that's going on. Okay, if you are alive on planet Earth right now, you are fighting a battle. Whether you realize it or not, you're fighting a battle. Everybody's fighting this battle in some degree, in one way or the other. Some people are on the front line. Some people are getting hit harder than others. There's some who are taking the bullets for the rest of us. But all the same, we're all in this battle. And this is the most important battle on earth in our lifetime. In our lifetime. The most important battle on the planet. The battle between the dark and the light. The battle between good and evil. The battle between God and Satan. We're in it, folks. We're in it right now. We're in it, okay? God has light workers stationed all over the planet. Okay, now these light workers are people that agreed to fight this battle in the end times. They agreed to do this before they came here. I know that because I'm one of them. And I remember. I don't remember the details, but I know in my heart I remember agreeing to sign up, help fight this battle in the end times. And I believe that that's why my suffering and the attacks that are coming against me appear to be worse than others, because there's not a doubt in my mind that I'm fighting on the front line, okay? I'm on the front line, and I've been on the front line. If the truth were known, I've been fighting on the front line for my entire life. And chances are you have too if you're watching this video. Because this is mostly for those who are fighting on the front line, who are taking the bullets for the rest of us. Just like the truckers are doing right now in Canada. Those are frontliners. Those are people who are standing up. Those are people who know what's going on. A lot of people don't realize that we're in a battle between good and evil. They don't realize it. They're going about their everyday lives existing, and they don't realize what's taking place. Those truckers, that trucker march is going on in Canada and now moving into the U.S. Those people, they thought, oh, I hear people say, oh, they're so stupid, they don't. No, these are awakened beings. These are God's people that have been awakened. They've been awakened, they've waken up, and they know, they realize what's going on. And they're standing up. Not only are we fighting for our entire existence, folks, we're fighting for our freedom. We're fighting for truth. We're fighting for peace. We're fighting for what God has given us. And the government's taking away, trying to take away. Okay? The devil has been in power for far too long. He's had rule and reign over this planet for far too long, and we've let him do it. And he's used to getting his way, and he's not going to give up without a fight. So that's what's going on. The battle between the dark and the light, the battle between God and Satan is going on right now, and we're all fighting it in some fashion, one way or the other. Everybody's fighting it. Everybody's got their own battle that they're going through, okay? And it's all around. It's all centered around this battle between good and evil. Okay. Everybody's already made their decision. Everybody's already made their decision whether they're going to fight for the light or the dark, for God or for Satan. Everybody's already made that decision. Okay. Even if you're asleep, you've already made it. You might not be aware that you've made it, but everybody's already made that decision. But once you realize what's taking place on earth right now, and you choose the light, the minute you realize what's happening, or the minute you wake up and you choose the light, you have set yourself free. You have set yourself free when you choose the light. You've chosen God. You're fighting with God's army. But just waking up is not the end of it, okay? Waking up is just the beginning. You wake up and you realize, and God starts showing you what's happening. Then you have work to do, okay? You don't just wake up and just sit on the sidelines. You got to fight. You got to fight, folks. You got to get up and you got to fight for what you believe in. You got to stand up for what you believe in. And yes, you're going to get hit. You're going to take bullets. You're going to be attacked. But if you choose a light, you have God with you. You have the knowing. You have the assurance that God is with you in this battle and that you're not fighting it alone. And Jesus is with you. Jesus will be fighting there with you. This is God's battle, okay? And the people of God have got to stand up and fight. They got to help fight. But you got to make that connection. You got to make that connection. Just knowing what's going on, waking up and knowing what's going on is the first step. You got to take action. You got to take hold of that God power that's within you. You got to hook into it. You got to connect. And then you got to turn it on. It's kind of like just like the power inside your home. You know, you got to. It's not free. Okay, it's not free. I mean, you got to make all the. You got to get the boxes. You got to make all the connections. You got to connect all the wires. You got to get it. You got to get it going. And then, once you get the connection made, then you turn it on. Okay. It's the same way with God. You got to first know that the power's there. The power's within you. Then you've got to make the necessary connections. You got to go inside. You got to make those DNA connections. You got to reconnect those strands of DNA. This is done through giving your attention to God inside of you. Make those connections. And once you make those connections, then you'll start seeing the power within you awaken. Now, I hope people are not missing the point I'm making here, okay? Every one of us has God within us, okay? Everybody on earth was born with the God source, the God powers, the innate powers of God within them, okay? But it's not going to work for you until you realize this. You wake it up and you turn it on, okay? This is very important that people know. First, know about the powers they have, the God powers they have. Then they have to go in and wake them up and then turn them on. This is so crucial right now, folks. This is going to be the test. This is going to be the difference between those who survive and those who don't, okay? So many people have already died, have already lost their lives in this battle. And so many people are sick right now and on their deathbeds. And a lot of them are going to die. We're going to have a lot of casualties in this battle because people don't know how to connect. They don't know how to make that connection with God inside of them. And they don't know how to tune in to their God source. Now let me tell you what happens when you make these connections inside and you tune into your God source. The first thing, of course, like I said, the first thing is the awareness, knowing that it's there, knowing that it's inside of you, then going in, making the connection, giving your attention to this power inside of you and waking it up. Okay, this is how you wake it up. Once you give your attention to it, you put your attention on it, God starts waking up. Okay? Now, God won't move for you until you do this. Yes, He's there. Okay, He's there. But He wants you to wake up and seek Him. Once you start seeking Him and you start waking up the power of God within you, waking up the God source within you, then you'll start seeing God move in your situation. Okay? It is an individual thing. It's an individual choice. It is an individual job that each individual has to do. And once you start waking up God within you, then you're going to have all the guidance and all the direction and all the assistance that you need from the God source within you. You don't have that. If you don't have that connection with God, you don't have that right now. Okay? The people who are dying on the battlefield are the ones who, most likely, the ones who don't have that knowing. They don't have that connection with God within them. In other words, they're not plugged in to where they can receive the power, where they can receive the guidance and instructions that they need to fight this battle. Okay? I would not be here right now if it wasn't for Jesus fighting along with me and showing me what to do. Okay? I know that me by myself is nothing. I am nothing. There's nothing to me. And I know this. I don't know anything. Not anything. But the power of God, the God source within me knows everything. Okay? And when I get up against the wall, when my back gets up against the wall and I find myself in a situation, and believe me, I have had many of these in the last 3 years. I find myself in a situation where I don't know what to do. I don't know how to protect myself. I don't know how to get out. I don't, and so I do the only thing I can do, and that's plug in to the God source within me and stay in meditation and stay in there and I wait. I stay in meditation. I stay in heart-centered meditation, and I wait. And I wait for God to move from me. I wait for God to show me. And I might not receive anything right away. I mean, I stay in meditation for hours, or all night long, and it might be the next morning or a few days later before I receive the answer. But it will come. It always comes. God always comes through for me. Jesus is always there for me. He comes and He helps me. But it's because I know how, or I've taught myself how to plug into the God source within me. To plug in to the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding that I have within me. And then it comes. It gets, God comes. And then God shows you everything you have to know. But like I said, you have to seek Him. You have to go to Him for the answers. You have to go. Okay? There was something that come to mind just now that I remember a preacher talking about, and it was from King David. And I know all y'all know the stories about King David, but King David had everything. He was a man of God, okay? He had everything. Yes, he made a lot of mistakes. He sinned. He made a lot of mistakes, but he had everything. He had all the riches of the world.